you want to go a little more flowy, slow it down a little bit. Try to do
especially if I.
So, you good? 3, 2.
Here, for a second. Ready again? I'm going to stay just a little at a distance. I'm going to attack you. I want you to keep your guard on. Okay? My blade's on that same blade, right? There it is. Look how much control you have. Because if I move it into myself, what do I start to do? Yeah.
Sweet.
So, good morning, everybody. So to begin, thank you all for coming very, very much. My name is Frank Perrin, and I am from a group called Bag-Nahk. That is an Arabic for House of the Lion. And with me, we actually have a few other Al-Asad members. There's Vale here, who's one of my students from back in Rhode Island, Ahmed, Shelby, Edgar. So you're surrounded by people who kind of already know how to use these weapons. Some are just learning. But regardless, our mission is we are looking at the arms and armor and weapons use, martial arts of the Islamic world. Now, a lot of people hear the term Islamic, what is the K part of it? Well, the Islamic means the area of the world that was under control of Muslim leaders. So this does not limit our study to Muslims. And even though there's a lot of them in the region, we have to remember that was a large ethnic and religious group. So like, for example, I'm actually starting my journey to a spiritual journey in Zoroastrianism. So in the Middle East, just because Muslims ruled Persia, there were still native Iranians who practiced Zoroastrianism serving in their armies. Look at India, when the Mughals ruled, there were Hindus, Buddhists fighting in their armies. So if we limit ourselves to the term Muslim or Islamic arms and armor, it's very limiting and not truly respective of the various cultures that lived in those regions. Does that make sense? Cool. Because we tend to separate our knowledge of the medieval world into, especially with religion, Christian versus Muslim. Not really. It was way more complicated than that. Ahmed, tell me, my friend, what your opinion is on the Turkopoles?
If I find them.
Yes.
If I find them.
Turkopoles were Christian nomadic steppe warriors who served as mercenaries for the Muslims in the Crusades.
No, the opposite.
Sorry, the way around.
Yeah, the opposite. There were Muslim warriors that fought on the side of the the Christian mercenaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Regardless, there were always Christians who served Muslims, Muslims who served Christians in the Crusades. It was not as simple as that. So, just want to put that disclaimer, that's our diversity here. So we're working with the Katar. As a lot of people have probably seen this around in several forms of media. Are you in the class?
Yeah.
Cool, come forward.
Sign-in sheet is back there as
So
well.
Qatar here, there's a few misconceptions about it I want to clear off the bat right now. It's not an assassin's weapon. This is the worst assassin's weapon ever. Yes, this is a great thing to hide.
Yeah.
I'm an assassin.
I'm just gonna tuck that up my sleeve now.
Yeah.
Did you want the flag facing behind you or on the head?
But more importantly, I joke about that, but I want to get to the actual serious cultural aspect of this, is that India is a huge place, and the Indian subcontinent is huge, and the area that Indian culture affected was huge, right? And we can't just limit these uses of India. These were used in Afghanistan, used in parts of Pakistan. They traveled all over, right? And culturally in India, they varied how they were used. In northern India, with the Mughals, they were more heavily armored people, and only nobility in northern India were using these. So these would not be drawn out casually in the street to just duel with. These were anti-armor weapons. You're not really using them out of armor. Now, the one Ahmed has is a jamdar. Jamdar, you notice its curvature? More common in southern India, where they're wearing less steel.
Because it's hot.
Right, it's a lot warmer. So you can cut with these, no problem. Punching is more common. His, however, you can thrust with it. Up, over, but cutting tends to be the primary use of that one because you're dealing with just fabric and cloth together. Does that make sense? So just remember when you're using these today, this is our understanding of culturally how they vary. Next thing, this is the sources. Where do we get this from? This is where what we do in Bag Al-Asad tends to vary a little bit from just historical martial arts to experimental archaeology. I began in a group, most of us did, that was ran by a man who translated a bunch of Persian sources, and we kind of branched out into other areas. So with India, unfortunately, in the Indian subcontinent, the British did a really good job of destroying a lot of books. The British did a great job of destroying sources on how these things were likely used. The Mughals were one of the most literate peoples because Persians came in and ran their court writing. And the Persians were able to save a lot of this knowledge until the Indians destroyed it. Sorry, the British destroyed it. So what we're looking at here is a combination of paintings, manuscript paintings, living traditions. So people in the subcontinent that still practice something. Who here has heard of Kalari Payatu? Kalari Payatu is one of the supposedly oldest martial arts in the world. I say supposed because we don't know. But, and that they train with a jamdar, usually. That's what they train with. And there's dances, right, that I've looked at where they're using the Katar in their dances. So I've taken a combination of those three and tried to put together a general idea of how these are used. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions? Cool. All right, I know everyone just wants to grab these because we've all seen them. And there's a huge variety.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what about the one down there with the really wavy blade? Does that cause more bleed damage, or?
It may be a stylistic thing.
Okay.
It may also just be something anatomically they figured out. Also, there was a period of time in the in like the 17th century and the 18th century where Indian armorers loved making European style blades and weapons. That's a flamberge.
Okay, I was wondering because I
Yeah.
didn't want to call it a flamberge, but at the same time, like it had the appearance
Yes,
of one.
there's a bunch of examples in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. There's a very simple, like Spanish looking breastplate. Literally, it looks like a Spanish breastplate.
Oh, really?
That is made in India.
Wow.
Yep. They started mounting English blades, saber blades, onto their hilts.
Oh.
They were trying to, because they had a lot of opening communication and trade with Europe. So they were making these things to be like, oh, gifts. Like, look at this. We've done your style. They were even over here.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, what's up?
So I just out of curiosity, what would be the best way to do like a punch?
That we're going to talk about next.
Okay.
The thrusts are next.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, after our parry conversation.
Okay, so so it's more like this way to do the descending cuts, just doing it
Yes.
like this instead of just like trying to like do it like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there will be those kind of thrusts involved later. But for now, just working those cuts.
So when you're doing ascending cuts, you mostly want to go like this.
With that side, it's going to be, with that side, it's not going to be it's weird from this perspective, but from this side, it is not this side, your palm is going to be facing in your body. From the right side of your body, your palm is facing, top of your hand is outside your body. Here, it's going to be inside. Let me pause this. And hey, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Okay. So, descending. And when you're doing the cut, to me it seems more intuitive on the going back that way to do it like this, or is it more like this?
I treat it more like that because of body mechanics and safety of your arms. If you put it the other way, there's a problem.
You've exposed
That, and if you, for some reason, if I'm armored and you tend to crack my weapon or my armor, feel how bad that is. Boom. But if it's here and you come through, especially up to the face, you tend to be able to.
Okay.
The wrist can compensate for that, but this way, your elbow is so locked as opposed to this, it's going to want to release its own pressure.
And I guess since it's double-sided, you can get away. Like if it's a kukri, you've only got one side, but I guess because it's both, you can get away
Yes.
with that. Okay, that makes a lot
And
of
I
sense.
tend to only use that cut if I am not with people in armor. Because doing that, again, you still run the risk, like I said, of it getting stuck and jamming your elbow. But the armor you'd have to deal with in India are open-faced helmets that have mail hanging down. So at best, what you're going to do is, I'm going to go this way so people can see. Hi. So what you're going to do is, this is going to come across, you're going to hit the mail and slip it through. So at worst, you're getting snagged in a mail and cutting their throat open. But if you're doing it the other way, the palm up, and you hit that, even if it doesn't get a chance to go through in that mail, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Come up like this.
Try a vertical.
Come up like this.
Horizontal
We're
flex.
No.
Yeah. Like
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except try, as you're stepping off line instead, try the hook
Yeah.
instead.
Let's try that. Let's try the hook. Alright, so I'm gonna do this.
Boom.
that way.
I know. Bam. That should also feel a tad bit more natural. You brought it across, come through. So try that again.
Do that. Alright, so I'm gonna come like this. Yeah, you got me
Countercut.
there. There you go. Yeah.
And if he's not wearing armor, throat is slit. If he is, remember, a lot of armor in India was open face and had mail hanging down, but your neck was still open. So that, if I can borrow this,
Yeah, absolutely.
so that hook cut is still going to get right on the jugular.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty neat way to look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
You have the color of it.
Boom. Awesome. Pass it on. Yeah, good. You had the pass through on that, and you felt how when you grabbed them, stepping in
Yeah.
helped you drive more of that in.
Once the
I guess I'll give it a go.
Yes, the Qatar feather.
Alright.
One issue with that,
Okay.
before you do it again, a glow here, a glow is you grab his arm well. You could have potentially cut at a place that had mail.
Okay.
Work on thrusting with this aspect because we're in armor. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. So
All right.
Can I try that again?
Yeah, of course.
Alright.
Boom. Right up. Now, really quick note on that. An open hand style of boxing. Right? It's an open hand style. Where they're smacking. Oh. Like you're clawing. Like a tiger. And a lot of it are these open hand smacks, these parries, these bonks. Crack. And they're taught with the knuckles sometimes, right? But you're just modifying that, bonking to the top of them. Crack. May not do a lot, but man, it's getting ice picked in the head. Gonna hurt. So, let's say you're gonna make a nice attack at my shoulder. Crack. So you're treating it like that slap. So he comes in again, slap. This hand comes out to deflect the hand, slap it here. It's very easy. And then if he tries to punch me or something afterwards, that's okay. Crack. It's here to move around. So we're gonna pass around various melee weapons, single like close quarters weapons, regardless if they were used in the street or not. We just want to give you something to play with. And just figure out the concepts, right, of checking with the forearm, slapping the top of the head, raking the skin. I'm not going to give you an Indian boxing lesson, but the concept is it's open hand, slaps, knuckle drags. So play around with that. This is the experimental part where I set you guys loose and play around with this slap boxing idea. Beat things down, across, and now even play out this region. So even play out this with you deflect the weapon and now come back with an attack. Start opening this up now to you don't care if the person's dead. They are now drawn a weapon and escalated. Their intent now is to kill you. This is now justified. So play around, deflecting, and you're getting offline with those, you notice. You come on to me. I'm not sitting here doing this.
Yep.
That's a poor idea. But if he comes down with the angle, and if he tries to switch it over, I'm still here, I'm away.
Yep.
It's a lot more difficult. So do the slaps, check this stuff offline. Play around with it. This is your chance where I can be like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Now I'm gonna teach it next class. I taught the Qatar at SoCal Sword Fight in February. A bunch of people came forward with that with ideas I had never thought of. And now that's gonna be taught Sunday. This is your chance. Go nuts, play around. So I'm gonna borrow you for a second.
Yep.
One concept of this, I come here.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you come in the front to film.
Yeah, you
and
come right over here.
You got it.
Square up. These techniques are drawn for my research on traditional Indian wrestling techniques, right? There's no real sources that say how they were used, except we know that they were compliance aids, right? But I paired this with wrestling techniques. And we all know in wrestling, you don't want to remain in someone's box. So now, if Shelby decides to grab me with his right arm,
Right on.
I can use this claw to force this compliance here and get out of his box. This, even if he comes forward, I'm still moving out of the box. Even here, right, this becomes out of the box. If he grabs me with his left hand and I try breaking here, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I have a dagger.
Yeah, and I can just.
He can draw his dagger,
Yeah.
right? So what I want us to work on with this is reaching this over to the wrist, this part, and now feel your elbow is here. My forearm is locked against his forearm, twist it over. So you're just, you good? So you're just using the leverage point of your forearm to break his down.
Yeah.
And now you're set to get the hell out of it.
Yeah, anything I'm going to do at this point is with this hand, and I can't easily get to it.
And if he will not stop, and if you're in a lawless wasteland, and you don't care if you kill the guy, think about it. You break this down. He decides to approach after me, keep
Right.
following.
Yep.
And then, oh, what's that? You're afraid you're gonna get arrested? Put this here, put it in your pouch, walk away. So just practice the wrist, leverage, and then get the hell away. And then we're gonna come back to using this for other bits, like behind the leg.
Behind the leg as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You break your wrist a little bit while doing that.
What I've noticed is you're trying to reach the forearm around
Yeah.
here, and the wrist does come, and that gives you the chance here. You're locking the wrist on his forearm or on his wrist, which allows this leverage to break it.
Kind of chicken wing.
So without the claw, that's not going to work very well. But with the claw, that's going to force him to let go, because you're driving that into an artery. So the question is, do I hold on, or do I get my artery split open? So he may even let go before I even blink, because not bleeding out is optimal.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You guys can head back to this. Thank you. The person out and how to do it safely for the class. So whenever I wrestle with people, if he's down here, I want you to notice what I do is I have my hands, fingers, interlocked like this. I'm not going to choke him out with my fingers interlocked. It's a safety thing right now. If I were to clinch the wrist, that's going to cut off blood flow eventually. So for today, just leave it nice and limber and nice and loose. Okay, so let's want to come around the other side. Let's give
Yes,
Edgar a Bag-Nakh, which you have. So I'll put you back in it. Now he sees an opportunity. That claw is now at the back of my kneecap. Or, oh, he's on my thighs. Ooh, he can just pull up, rip it through anywhere he wants to go.
One of the best places, and similar experience I've dealt with, reach around to the inner thigh right up here.
Oh.
That's offensive.
Yeah. Yep.
Good luck stitching that up.
Yeah.
You've got slashes.
Can you
So-
hit the femoral artery from there?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
All right, guys, go nuts. Have fun. So front guillotine, just nice and light. Just fingers clenched, wrist next to the neck is how you're going to cut off the blood flow.
And we'd be really nice with this, but yeah, just really useful.
Oh, good.
Like passing knives.
One of the ones that I really like is our response to a thrust is usually pass it away with the hand. And when you've got this Like, if he has that on that hand,
I have to like use.
Yeah.
like, I'm really not going to want to keep going.
With this now, it's just here,
Yeah.
and I have a lot more options.
Without those, it's get that away from me. It's defensive. With those, it's an attack. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to keep going in. Like, I'm pulling back.
And once that thing almost comes near you, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
That was the next
I'm going to
step.
rethink my
The
plan.
next step is like, okay, I know he
knows
has
it's
it.
over here, so
I'm
he's
circling
over
around. I don't want to be on that side of him anymore.
And congratulations, now you've defended yourself without touching him.
Yeah. Right. The self-defense worked.
Yeah.